Hi everyone, welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. We are offering our West Pasco Chamber of Commerce the full stage today. Mr. Paul Friedlander, thank you for co-hosting with me as always.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
It seems like you were just here.
It does seem like we're just here.
This is your second time a month.
This is my second time a month, and because February is a short month, it's been boom, 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 boom.
I know, it has been.
Two people shouldn't be allowed to have this much fun.
Yes, we should. West Pasco is always a lot of fun. But welcome in. We have a great lineup as always. We have Mr. Eric Mullins from Mullins Music that I can't wait.
Thank you.
I've only heard a little taste of what you're doing in the community, so I'm going to just turn this over to you. You're a member with West Pasco Chamber of Commerce, but I'll tell you, the world would not be the same without music.
Yeah, I agree. We've been in Newport Richey for, this is actually our 10th anniversary this year. We've been in Newport Richey for 10 years, and we are a nonprofit community music school, and our mission is just to provide music education for everybody. So our main thing is private lessons, and we have students of all ages. Our youngest student is probably about 5 years old, all the way up to, I haven't asked them how old they are because I don't want to embarrass myself, but in their 60s probably, I would guess. So we do, like I said, we do private lessons and summer camps, and this year we have 3 big summer camps coming up that we can talk about in a little bit if you want to, as much as you want to. And we also have a small recording studio, and I don't think I mentioned it, we're in downtown Newport Richey. And so we have a small recording studio, and we're just here for the community, really.
And where are you at in downtown?
It sounds
Newport
like
Richey,
it.
5736 Missouri Avenue.
which is right above.
Walking distance from your office.
Yep, and right above Boulevard and all those.
Yeah, right next to Dulcet and SIP, another great spot.
I know just where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So what made you get into all this? Have you always been into music?
I think so, yeah. I took piano lessons when I was really young for about a year, and then we moved around, and it came time for middle school, and I joined the band, and it just took off from there. And my grandfather is kind of a big inspiration. He passed away, but he's been a big inspiration ever since I was a kid. And when I first started taking saxophone lessons, that's my main instrument, he was 60 years old, and he started playing the clarinet as well at age 60. So we would go in the summers and take music lessons together. And so he wanted everybody in the family to play music. He wanted everybody to have a piano and that sort of thing. So he inspired me a lot, and he got me my first saxophone and stuff like that. So it's just fun. Music is fun.
Yeah.
That's what I have to remember when you decide to make something a career that you enjoy doing. You got to remember that don't get too serious either. You want to still have fun with it. I think that's really important. So,
I'll tell you, that is one of the best things that you can recommend to anybody, is to have fun with what you do.
Right, yeah.
Really, because there's too much seriousness and
life's
craziness.
too short, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not having fun, do something else. That's what I say. But.
Exactly.
There you go.
So how long have you been a member?
Just over a year.
Just over a year.
Oh,
Just
really?
going into a second year,
yeah.
How about
Going into
that?
a second year. What inspired you to start a not-for-profit?
Well,
Music.
my grandfather, again, because I look back and if it wasn't for my grandfather, I wouldn't have gotten an instrument, because he gave me an instrument, and that's something that we do. I give away guitars to people. I'm not making an advertisement for come get a free guitar, but I'm just saying, like, we we don't have that many guitars, unfortunately, but we do have students that get scholarships, and we have a scholarship fund and things like that, so people can donate. People do donate instruments to us and money, so we can provide for. We have a sliding scale program, kind of like the YMCA and that sort of thing. So people that maybe can't afford it or have a lower income, they can get lessons and they can get an instrument. And
That is wonderful.
And what role does Marina play, your wife,
Marina,
other than being the boss?
Yeah, Marina is awesome. Well, Marina is spearheaded this whole thing together. The two of us did Mullins Music, and she's officially she calls herself the artistic director, but she teaches piano lessons, voice lessons. She does graphic design. We do everything, there together. So she's a huge inspiration. Definitely keeps me like
grounded.
Slaps me around and reminds me grounded.
Now, you've got some good stuff coming up, but you stepped up to the plate this year, and I'd like to personally say thank you. You stepped up to the plate to be one of the 5 people that are running for the Honorary Governor of West Pasco.
Yes.
That's right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's fun. I figure why not? It looks like fun.
I know.
Remember, it has to be fun. So
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he twisted my arm to do it. I think a
Oh,
little bit.
he twists everybody's arm. Oh, yeah, exactly.
But we've got a debate coming up that you'll be a part of with all 5 candidates on the 13th. So, and what kind of events do you guys have coming up?
Well, I can't, not talk about our biggest thing this summer is called Roots of Rock, and it's a summer camp for kids. I say kids, but it's up to 12 to 21 years old, and basically we're going on a 7-day performing and learning trip to learn about the history of rock music.
Nice.
And we have a charter bus, and we're going to be, there's about 15 students going, 5 faculty members, and we're going to leave here on June 2nd, and we're going to go to New Orleans, Memphis, Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and Macon, Georgia, and come back. And we're going to see all the history and learn the history of rock music. And then when we come back, we'll do a concert in Newport Richey.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we'll get you back on to announce that when you get back.
Right. Yeah, we've been playing that for about 2 years, so that's like our big thing. And the honorary governor thing is, being that it's a fundraiser of sorts, that's going to help the trip too. We also have the 2 other summer camps we're doing our Rock Week, which is our 10th year of Rock Week, and that's a 1-week in-town summer camp. And that's for 12 to 18 years old students, and they get to be in a band and learn. They have to memorize all their songs. They have to do 4 songs in a week, write a song, and perform. So,
In a week?
Yeah.
And that can be done?
Yes.
Wow.
And our 3rd camp, that's in June. That's June 19th through the 23rd. And then in July, 10th through the 14th, is Rock Studio, which is similar to Rock Week, but Rock Studio is you're in a band and you record a record, make a record, like record an album.
How much fun is that for them?
I know.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's fun for the teachers too. So, and the honorary governor thing and just helping with that, it's a really cool opportunity. And specifically for the honorary governor thing, we're doing a bike ride and barbecue thing, which you're all welcome to attend, you and you. If you like to ride a bike, or you don't, you can walk or crawl or whatever you want to do. It's going to be at Starkey Park, and there's going to be.
Oh, you crawl.
Yeah. You can learn more about it on mullinsforpasco.com or mullinsmusic.org, and so that's.
Oh, you have a website for the honorary governor's race.
Yeah.
Good old Marino.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, mullinsforpasco.com.
That should be flashing on the screen right now,
Oh
right?
my goodness, that is just so cool. It really is. Well, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun with what you're doing, that's for sure.
Try to. This is fun being here too on the show.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
It is. We do have a lot of fun here. And this was our best kept secret around town and everything. So
Yeah.
it's great to get our word out there with We Beam TV and showing. We've been doing these shows for, I think we just passed. I think we're at the 3-year mark.
April, yeah, I'm thinking right before April, right at April is our 3-year mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because even before I came to this side of the desk, we had come down and we actually, I think first couple of shows were honorary governor shows.
Yes, I think they were.
Honorary
Yeah.
governor shows back then.
It's great. Well, it's a good way to raise the awareness in the community on what's happening. Even for myself, I learned more about our community in the last 3 years than, I couldn't. And so something like this, you are like, I never knew that there was something like this in town. And really to promote music and let people know that they can come to your school and you work out programs for. I just think that is fabulous.
Well, and as you and I have discussed, and Eric knows too, is we're having that whole, in my opinion, we're having a renaissance in West Pasco with the new businesses and the growth. Mm-hmm. But everything, even with businesses, to me, still stems from culture. Mm-hmm. And so things like music and art, things are so important in a community. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, music. I don't know what our world would be like without music. So for you to be able to go out there, you have to have a really good sense of satisfaction at the end of your day, knowing that you've really given back to the community, but also have given to these families and these kids that maybe, couldn't afford a guitar or something, or couldn't afford lessons, and you make it work for them.
Yeah, it is, and I mean it's just the right thing to do, I think. And so, yeah.
So anything else coming up?
Let's see. We are doing some for the road trip I told you about. We're doing a couple of different things at some local restaurants. Sonny's Barbecue has been great for us, and we just went there last week and did a fundraiser, and we're doing another one in May. Next month we're going to Chipotle, and that's a great company. They help us out and give us a great percentage of the money spent. They give back for stuff like this, and then BurgerFi. So. those are some things we're doing coming up.
What's the date on the bike and barbecue?
That's April 29th, Saturday.
29th, Saturday.
And we are going to be kicking off some online crowdfunding style things because we've been given some donations, some different items like musical instruments and that sort of thing. We're going to raffle off and give away for donors that give and stuff like that. So that's coming up next month. So.
Exactly.
Awesome.
You know, speaking about what you do, I don't know if Paul has mentioned to you, we just started a new show called My Charity TV. So we'd love to have you back on that show.
That'd be great.
That's the third Wednesday of every month.
We'd love to do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we get you to. Maybe we can talk the Boss Tech for you to play for us.
Oh, there you go.
Live music makes
Yeah.
everything
There you
better, right?
Live
There you
music.
go.
That
We'd probably
would be
do that
totally
because he
fun.
loves music.
I know he does.
Yeah, he does.
He's walking music. Well, that is so exciting. I mean, who knew?
Always try to raise your awareness, Miss Barb.
Oh my goodness, you're always throwing me a curve. Really? Oh my goodness. So I asked you in the beginning, Mullins music, I thought maybe you were into the Irish. You know, we just passed St. Patrick's Day, but not necessarily so.
We're not opposed to it. So, yeah. We don't have anybody that can teach the harp yet, but
Oh my
or the
goodness.
lyre.
Wow,
so-
that's great. So you play the sax, right?
That's my main instrument.
Your
the
main
saxophone.
instrument. What else do you play?
I also play bass in public, and that's about it for my. I play, like as I told you earlier, I play keyboard a little bit, which I learned that in school. You have to learn keyboard when you're a music major, and that's great for composing and just learning songs. And I dabble around on the drums.
Where'd you go to school?
Well, I went to several different schools. I know we have limited time, so I won't go back too
Right.
far. But for college, I went to the University of Memphis. That's where I grew up for a year, and then I also went to the University of Louisville in Kentucky.
Nice.
And I graduated from the New School in New York City, New School University.
Nice.
Well, it sounds like you're fulfilling your passion, that's for sure. Living the dream, as they say.
There you go.
Right?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Trying
so.
to, yeah.
Well, and you're having fun all the way. Well, that's fabulous. Well, it looks like we have a commercial break coming up. I do want to invite you to come back.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome to come on our charity show.
Thank you.
That would be a lot of fun.
I
So
love to
thank
do
you
that.
for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Stick
brother.
around.
Thanks.
We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome into My Chamber TV. We really are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community, and it's always exciting.
Make sure his hair is right.
That's great.
He didn't have time. It just came on so
I know,
quick.
right? Right? Exactly. Live TV.
Yeah.
Brian Anderson, how are you?
I'm tired. I'm busy and I'm excited.
And why?
Well, you know what? There's so many things that's going on. Yesterday I was in yesterday I was in Tallahassee. We were working on HB 55, alternative treatment options for veterans. We got it through the Health Innovation Subcommittee, Senate Representative Magar's committee. Danny Burgess, one of our local representatives over in Zephyr Hills, he's been working extremely hard. I got to go and see Senator Wilton Simpson. He has the Beef O'Brady's right in downtown. And I got to interact with some really cool people. You know, the thing is about a bill, it kind of describes my life in a lot of ways. So, you know, every so often I have a really great door open for me. And then after that, I have door after door after door that smashes closed right on my face, right?
And that's life. We understand.
That's
we
life.
get it.
The way a bill works is up there's so many different, it has to go through 3 committees, and it has to go through appropriations, and it has to, there's so much work behind a bill, and I brace myself for that, but it's an exciting time of year, and honestly, if anybody watching, if you're not involved with your legislation, then you have no reason to complain.
You know what? There's a really good point, truly. I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
10 years in the service.
14 years. 14 years, and then I was medically retired, yeah.
God bless you, really. And you've
He
got
did.
your buddy here, Hero, and he's such a buddy.
Hero's amazing. He
What a great shot.
you know, sometimes he's a pain in the butt, just because he's like a teenager. You know, he's got his own personality, but he's really become a part of me, and I don't see life without him. So, you know, I go inside the grocery stores. Overstimulation sometimes just gets to me, and that's just something for a lot of combat veterans. You know, we get overstimulated by things, and Hero's that grounding force. You know, he's just like, hey man, it's cool, chill out, you can relax.
Yeah.
So he's good. He's good.
That's fabulous. Well, you are keeping busy, and I mean, I see your name everywhere. I hear about you everywhere. You were saying something about earlier.
And yet I try and stay inside the shadows.
That's what you were saying.
As much as I can.
That's what you were saying. You can't help it.
Shadow warrior.
You are our hero.
It's really hard because, you know, I know the job that I do, it means that you have to interact with so many folks,
course.
right? And I still have a hard time interacting with big crowds. You know, I spent 14 years in the military. It's my whole adult life.
Right.
Some of the communication styles that I have, you know, aren't the best communication styles. And then it's hard even with the chambers because some of the events, there's just so many things going on. But I want to be involved. It's just hard to get involved with everything.
Sure. But you do what you can do, and you're giving back. You're raising the awareness. And that is a biggie in this community.
Brian raises, we're going to talk, you know, about the honorary governor's race
Yes,
and stuff.
yes.
But you raise the awareness in a little bit, and what I really like about what you do is you hear the term PSTD.
Yeah, PTSD, post-traumatic stress. Yeah.
But you call it what?
Well, you know, so I was honored to be selected to a program at Stanford back in 2014, the Stanford Ignite. And it was the post 9/11 class. We had awesome teachers, guys. It was Condoleezza Rice,
nice,
General Mattis. Nice. I had Google executive. I mean, amazing people as my instructors for a month while staying at the Graduate School of Business right at Stanford. And one of my instructors was General Mattis. He was giving us a lecture, and someone asked him about post-traumatic stress. And General Mattis, now our Secretary of Defense, and he's definitely a warrior. He said, "I don't believe in post-traumatic stress." And when he said that, like I started thinking about all this stuff I was going through. How can you say you don't believe in post-traumatic stress? I know you're Marines. And he doubled down. He walked forward towards the group, the 25 of us, and he said it again. I don't believe in post-traumatic stress. I don't remember anything else that he said after his next line. His next line, he said, I believe in post-traumatic growth. And I was so mad at him for saying I don't believe in post-traumatic stress throughout his lecture, I didn't get the benefit of hearing what the rest of it was. But the term post-traumatic growth stayed in my head, and it rotated over and over and over again. And I came back from Stanford, and for 2 weeks I worked at Uber, driving people around down in Tampa. I quit my job working for the county. I resigned from it because I knew I needed to build something. And the county wasn't the place for me to build it. I had to be outside of it. Next thing you know, the foundation of the Veterans Alternative is post-traumatic growth. And I love it. It's grown so much since we first started back in 2014. Now we're always talking about positive psychology, right? We're talking about providing that hope and that thought process in that middle of transition when it's so hard becoming a civilian after going to war.
Right.
You took a negative and turned it into a positive negative.
I've got 5 friends that walked this road with me. They passed away due to their experiences in combat, whether they were killed on the battlefield or if it happened afterwards. It's my mission in life now. I always work on trying to take a little bit of time for myself and calm down, and I've been working on that practice. You know, how do I spend quality time with my kids? Well, Malachi came with me to Tallahassee yesterday during his spring break. But I do believe that I'm on a mission, and you know, sometimes it goes the right way and we get a lot of things done, and sometimes it doesn't, and I make enemies with somebody. But that's how it works in life.
You know, it is. It is how it works. And you, like you say, you do the best you can.
As long as you do it with the right heart, that's all you can do.
I know.
And again, we'll get to the other stuff, and I know we don't have a lot of time, but when you talk about, you know, alternatives.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about alternatives to being medicated, to this and that. So talk about some of those things.
So really, and that's a tricky thing because everybody thinks it's an alternative to this therapy or that therapy.
Right.
That's really not what it is at all.
Right.
It took me a couple of years before I started finding things that helped me out, or at least put me in the mindset where I can find help for myself. So, you know, whenever you're kind of whenever you're saying, okay, this guy is obviously suffering from transitional anxiety or post-traumatic stress, he needs to go to the VA and get the Veteran Affairs and get prolonged exposure, a type of psychotherapy, or accelerated resolution therapy. That's what I'm going to give them. Or cognitive processing therapy. You think about these therapies. Not every guy is ready to do that. Not every girl is ready to go in there.
Right.
So an introduction, being around a group of folks that participating with them in a team sport, that reminds them of a time where they did get along. So, you know, some of these activities, hyperbaric oxygen treatment definitely is something that's amazing. Accelerated resolution therapy, it's evidence-based in 3 to 5 sessions. Some of these alternative treatments that are out there, they definitely are evidence-based, and some of them are more complementary and introductory to other therapies. So it's important, and honestly, in the state of Florida, 25% of all of our suicide victims are veterans. We only make up 8% of the population. It's absolutely necessary that we try and bring these things in. And I can tell you, after leaving Tallahassee yesterday, it was great to see so many people who care.
Absolutely.
So there's people that are working on the problems that we face as a veteran population right now.
Absolutely, and in this area, I mean, you know, you're involved with the Chamber of Commerce. You're also running for honorary
governor of West Pasco.
Pasco.
So my catch line is the outsider. That's why you haven't seen anything from me. I'm the outsider.
The outsider.
Yeah.
I love it. Trying to keep a low profile.
You know, I had this I went to California right when this was going on, and so I like to play in Adobe, and I'll do a little bit of editing here and there. And so I put together this little skit. I started with it with Arnold Schwarzenegger in there and everything. But never released, never got time to finish up with that. So sorry this year to the honorary governor fans that wanted to see that video. It was epic in my mind.
In your mind?
In my mind.
Well,
I
maybe
put it all together there.
I
just didn't put it on the computer.
I love it. But your intention was there.
The intention was there. There's so many great people that are running. I don't remember every name on the list. I can tell you that I'm super excited that Amanda Murphy's also in the race. I absolutely
we
love
had her on just recently.
She's an amazing woman, and she actually sits now on the board of the Veterans Alternative. So I'm glad to have her as one of our board members.
Very
She's
cool.
awesome.
That is so cool.
And Barry's running. You know.
Barry's running. Barry's a great guy.
Another young guy that a lot of us hadn't met until the last time. I hadn't either. Was Alex Castriota, and he's running.
Alex Castriota. He's running for it's a cancer.
Prostate cancer
Prostate
awareness.
cancer,
and then the young gentleman that you passed coming in.
from the music studio.
Yes, Mullins Music. He does.
Yep.
He works with kids that are underprivileged. There.
And when you say that, the bill right now, HB 55, House Bill 55, alternative treatment options for veterans, it actually talks about music therapy in there.
Oh.
I have one of those Indian flutes inside my room, inside my office, and every so often, I'll pick it up, and it's just it's a whistle, right? So it's just straight up the line, straight down the line for playing it, and every so often I'll just pick it up and play it, and it's fun,
It's fun.
We actually have music therapy at the Veterans Alternative too on Wednesdays. They have the drums out there that they play.
Oh, that's very healthy.
Nice.
It's crazy because you see these barrel-chested freedom fighters, these guys that you never see necessarily playing with a music instrument or whatever, and next thing you know, they're in there rat-tat-tat and having fun. Drummer boys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love to hear
Drummer
that.
men.
There
That's
you
what we'll
go.
call them. And
what-
women, drummer women as well.
And quickly, what type of events you guys got coming up?
We've got a couple of events coming up. We're doing the clay shoot. It's the Veterans Claymore. If you guys know what a claymore is, it's a little bomb that you'd put forward and it shoots out a whole bunch of things towards enemy. Actually has this comment on there, front towards enemy, so people don't do it the wrong way.
Oh yeah,
And it's like the last minute type thing. So we just kind of, it's clay shooting. We just figured we'd call it Claymore and have some fun with it. It's going to be a good event. We've got some giveaways that are going there. And honestly, it's April 15th. It's right at Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. Blackjack Media is helping us out with it. I can't thank them enough. They've printed a lot of great things for it. Good organization, good people.
Man and Brian,
and I'll tell you this. I love those guys. I love so many people in Pasco County. I have so many friends that have helped out with the Veterans Alternative and with other veteran programs to my left and right. I've got another event that's coming up, and it's with my buddy John Vaughn from Racing for Vets. He's
good
a
old
chamber
John.
member.
Yep, he is.
Hey, listen, Paul, you got to help me get this out.
We
This
will.
is
will.
awesome. So John Vaughn is doing One Lap America. Right, so I'm his co-pilot on this. On May 5th, we're going to be starting up in South Bend, Indiana. We're driving all the way down to Sebring, Florida, and then we're driving all the way back up to Michigan. We're hitting racetracks all the way, and he's racing the laps
One
on
lap.
it.
Love it.
He's going to be on NBC. The Racing for Vets. Their organization is the benevolent organization being supported by Triumph Games on NBC the week of Veterans Day. So he needs sponsorships for that. That's a big thing to sponsor. It's going to a great cause. It gives him a lot more recognition, and he is a national program. He's in about 4 or 5 different cities. So, Racing for Vets, John Vaughn, One Lap America. I'm the co-pilot. You'll see pictures of me in the background, so I'll wave. I'll be the good looks for John. That's what I'll do.
Brian,
And he
you're a
gives
hoot. Thank you so much. We'll have to have you back, and maybe we can promote to this event too.
Yes,
Good
we
luck.
will. We'll get John on.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it,
And
guys.
by my little friend hero, look at
he's
this
always a
little
lover.
guy. Look at
See you, big
he looks
guy.
like he belongs here.
April 15th, we've got it. Blackjack Media, Veterans Alternative Claymore, Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. You can find out more, veteransalternative.org, or go to our Facebook page, Veterans Alternative. You'll see the event right on there. Can't wait to shoot some clays with you. Ciao!
We'll be right back on that note. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. With me is my dear friend, Mr. Paul Friedlander.
Nice to be here, as always. It's been fun so far,
Oh,
hasn't
it's
it, girl?
always fun, always fun. And speaking of more fun, we have Gabriela, known as Gaby.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Great to have you with us. Healthy Start Coalition of Pasco.
Yes.
I am very familiar with that. I hear that. It's like the buzzword of the community. So how long have you been with them?
I've been with them for about 7 years.
7
in the
years?
coalition. I've been working with children and pregnant women for 15.
Really?
But we do a wonderful job with the pregnant moms and their babies.
So tell us more about it.
The coalition has two primary goals, and at Healthy Start, our main goal is to lower the infant mortality rate here in Pasco County, and also to lower the number of low birth weight babies. And the way we do it is by providing services to the community. They are free of charge through a funded program that is called Healthy Start. And those services are free, they are voluntary, and they are open to the community. All pregnant women and infants are able to reach out to those services. Those services can be childbirth classes, Lamaze classes, smoking cessation, breastfeeding, anything that has to do with maternal and infant child.
Wow.
How do they become a part of that program, Gavin?
Our program, it's open, so they can either be referred by their physician or they can just call us and we can get them into the program.
And there's no limitations like early pregnancy, move on, and
They can either be pregnant or have an infant after the age of 3. And we have a lot of services that we can provide. Through our program, we do a home visiting program for them.
Oh, okay.
And through the coalition where I work, we provide a lot of prevention education in the community, which is one of the main things that I do. We do, based on the needs of our county, we do, right now we're currently working on safe sleep education. For the last 6 months, we have been able to provide over 90 pack and plays to pregnant women and their infants so that we can lower the number of babies that are dying from co-sleeping and bed sharing, rolling over.
Oh, wow.
We've had 2 babies in 2015 that died from rolling over and from co-sleeping. So we're just going out in the community providing that education and that information so parents are aware of the
Yes.
things that they should be doing to prevent those deaths.
And Gabby,
Yes.
when you say going out into the community, just to give us a feel, how do you go about doing that? Go about setting that up? Do you have programs where you do it at a church, or where do you do these programs?
That's a good
at?
question, and thank you for asking. We partner with a lot of community members, so I do call a lot of our community partners, and I ask for a space, which is one of the main things that we just need a space. It could be our local church that we've done it before, a treatment center facility, our local health department. I've used our local family care centers throughout the Pasco County that we have used their space. We put them out in the community on our Facebook page within our visiting programs. And then the women come in, and that's how we provide the information and the education. It's open to the public.
That's fabulous.
Now, are you provisioned that if, say, a pregnant lady called and was looking for help, are you part of the 211 network too, or not?
Yes. We are part of 211. If someone calls them, then they will refer them to us,
Now-
or vice versa.
Can you explain to our viewers what is 211?
Well, I don't work for 211,
Okay.
but they are a referral program. They are the hub. If anyone has a question about anything in Pasco County, they can call 211 and they will be referred to that agency or to that program that's available in the
I don't know if
community.
you knew that. It's just really, it's a United Way function, I believe.
Yes.
But it was very, very strong in Pinellas County, and they brought it up here. But I will tell anybody that's watching, if you're an organization like Gabby's or anything that is community related where people can get help, 211 is only as good as the information they get.
Right. Right.
I
They're
see.
only as good as the information they get. So if somebody says, well, how come you didn't refer me? Well, 211 can go because we didn't know you were out there.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
and they
I
are
see.
very open. They're
Yes.
always doing outreach events, and if you're not a part of them, then you can call for them and get registered. But they have helped us tremendously. Whenever we had some of the floods before, and some of our moms were stuck in their houses and they couldn't get out, only the firemen could get through their engines. They actually called us, 211, or United Way called us to find out, do you have any diapers? There are some families that can't go out and they have been there for over a week and they're out of diapers. So we were able to go ahead and drop those off, and they were able to give them to the fire department so they can go in with their trucks and drop them off.
Wow.
Same thing with pack and place. We were able to provide pack and place for those babies who had to leave their homes and they were now staying with family members, but they just came out with nothing. And when they came back to the homes, they found out they couldn't go back to the homes because they were underwater. So we were able to provide those.
So from that stand, carrying on from that segue, what you have that nice office right there on Main Street, right across, or 19, right across from us on Main Street, just
Yes.
up the road. What can people help you with, other than obviously monetary donations are always nice, but you guys have a lot of other needs.
We do. Our main reason right now is diapers, like you said, donations for diapers and baby items, because we get calls from everyone in the community. We are the main office that helps everybody. So we get phone calls from shelters or from law enforcement that have needs for infants, and we get those calls, and we don't have those. The only way we have them is through donations from the community. That's mainly the bottom line. We do operate and provide those pack and place through grants, and so that if we do have those grants opportunities, we are able to get them. That's how we provide the education for safe sleep. We also provide education about substance-exposed newborns and also smoking cessation in the community. And we do partner with other organizations. If they do have items for babies, because they're specific for newborns, we would like them to be brand new if possible. We want to make sure that if a baby is allergic, we don't get any allergic reactions.
Right.
Mainly baby items can help us tremendously to help the community out.
Wow, you do a lot. How did you, what was there, everybody has a little story here. How did you get into this?
When I started working for an office a long time ago in Clearwater, it was for a pediatric and obstetrics office. And I did a lot of social services in that office, and I did a lot of interpreting in the office, and I was working for both the pediatric and the obstetrics side. And it was just wonderful knowing that I could make a difference in both, in the mom when she was pregnant, and then in the pediatric side when they needed help from us. So it's very rewarding to see that babies are healthy, but I've also seen the negative. I've also seen when someone loses a child, how we have been able to help them go through that too. So prevention education is the key to provide
your
the services.
director back at the office has been around for just a little bit too, hasn't he?
Yes.
John's been around how long?
Our executive director, John Shorehart, has been with the coalition for, I think, over 18 years. So he knows the area very well. And he's the one that has been able to help us and guide us through how to get grants and the opportunities to continue to serve.
That's just so exciting, and goodness knows the community really needs it, and you're fulfilling those needs. So how can we continue to help you? We can certainly have you back on the show and continue to raise the awareness. Do you have any?
That helps too. We have a partnership meeting, a membership meeting that's coming up on April 20th, and we're looking at the location at the community, Land O'Lakes Community Center. Everyone is welcome. Everyone who is in the maternal child health care is invited, and we promote and provide all the services that we're currently doing. So everyone is invited to come and attend and see what we're doing and see what others are doing with the health of our county. Here in Pasco County, a long time ago, we just turned 25 years Healthy Start.
Wow.
And when we started doing services, it was about 13 babies out of 1,000 that were dying from infant mortality rate was 13 per 1,000 back then. Now I can tell you it's down to 6 per 1,000. So it's tremendous, the help that we have been able to promote and provide.
Well, raising the awareness, I mean, that just blows my mind.
Yes.
Of course, it's been a long time since I raised my babies. They had their own crib, and there was none of that, go sleeping or whatever. But I guess when you have a teeny tiny, that can happen.
There's a lot of factors involved, but
Yes.
we have changed so much, and we have access to so many things that we just have to be aware of the things that we provide for our newborns.
Give them some alternative ideas there that maybe they weren't even thinking about. Gosh, I could sit and talk to you about this all day long. We're running out of time.
Yes.
Anything else you want to share? Any other special events that's coming up?
Well, we just have, we're going to continue to provide safe sleep services. And so if anybody has any more questions, they can go into our Facebook page, which is the Healthy Start Coalition of Pasco. We have Healthy Start in 64 counties out of the 67 in Florida. So make sure you put Pasco so you can get into our website and into our Facebook. And if you do want to contribute, we do have a lot of people that contribute. Just look us out on our Facebook page.
That's great. Contributions
And I know
always
you guys,
welcome.
I know we didn't mention it because I've done it before, but they will also, we talked about the diapers and stuff, but they will also take clothing and stuff for the families.
Okay.
Because
We
some of
do.
the families have needs.
We do. If we have a lot of our families that are very transient and they're moving from place to place, and we have a lot of families that have special needs, and we do occasionally need those so that we can provide them with that.
Very good. Well, this has been very enlightening, and I'm so glad to have met you and continue on your great work.
Yeah,
And
thank you for having me.
Hope to see you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
We're going to take a brief little time out. Come on back. We're not done with My Chamber TV.
Behind us.
I know. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Here we are. Welcome into My Chamber TV. So, This last segment is all about you.
This is all about us, girl.
Yeah. You have a lot coming up, so
Yeah.
let's cut to the chase and you can tell us.
We do have a lot coming up, and the community, as always, has a lot coming up.
Always.
We've got, there's some events coming up for the honorary governors that are running out there. You've met all 5 of them now in the last 2 shows. It's Brian, you met Brian Anderson today with Veterans Alternative. You met Eric Mullins with Mullins Music, another one of best kept secrets, but somebody that gives back to the community in the form of music and instruments and stuff. How cool is that? The last show we had, you met the wild people of the honorary governor's race. Amanda Murphy, who's representing and running for the West Coast AIDS Foundation. You met Alex Castriota, who's representing prostate cancer awareness from Castriota Chevrolet, and they've already had some events actually on site at the car dealership. And you've met Barry Horvath, who's representing West Pasco Business Association, a 501c3 that gives a lot back to the community in the sense of 2 major events each year. They do the Bowling for Boobs, which is obviously breast cancer awareness, and they also do the Grinch Save Christmas, and they represent and honor 4 or 5 different families in the community that have different types of challenges and give back to them. So we've got 5 really great people running. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have the debate coming up on April 13th. I don't know if you can go online yet, but you'll be able to go online to the West Pasco Chamber, westpasco.com, and the tickets to get to the debate are $20 a piece, but you go in and you purchase your ticket, and you also put that $20 towards the candidate of choice. And that is an event that is sponsored by the Chamber. So just so that anybody knows, that money is not split. That money goes directly to those candidates, all for their charity of choice.
That is so cool that they do that.
And that's all. Well, they give back to us. We feel like we should give back to them. You know how I feel about small businesses and the foundations and all the asking in this community. We've got I don't want to get off soapbox, but guys, you know, we have a lot of foundations. We have a lot of 501c3s in this program. You need to pay attention when you go into those people and remember that they're a small business, and it's nice that they can give you a break on some things so you can give a little more money back, but you know what? You need them to be around next year, so you can't keep going back and just asking and asking without giving a little bit. So let's not all just be takers, because those small businesses and large businesses too are the ones that help us give back to our community and to our 501c3s. And
that is very true.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I don't mean to sound preachy here, but it's on my heart. I'll give you a perfect example for anybody that's listening. When I go in and ask if I have some events coming up and I'd like some gift certificates, when I walk into that restaurant, I say to that person, I said, look, if I buy a couple of $20 gift certificates, would you throw one in? Oh yeah, would be more than happy to. Now, you know, the interesting thing, Barb, is that same person would probably give me a $20 gift certificate if I asked for it. But it's the thought behind it.
Exactly.
It's giving back and taking a little
it's
bit
give
all
and
at the
take.
same time.
Give and take, you
and
bet.
Sometimes I think we forget that because we're so focused on our foundations. I think it's wonderful. We're such a giving community. But you got to remember, you got to give back not only to the foundations, but to the small businesses, so they're there the next time around to help give you back to the foundations again. It's sort of a very interesting cycle, but it's an important cycle.
It is. It absolutely is.
And again, I'm sorry for anybody's listening. I didn't mean to get too preachy, but it's on my heart that's very, very important. And I'm sorry, John, I hit my chest twice with the microphone, so I won't do that anymore. But and then the other thing too, talk about giving back. Same thing here. You guys give back. John and Dylan and Vinny and all the people behind the scenes, and you sitting here with me each the 2 times a month, maybe 3 with the charity TV. But it's just, you've got people in our community that are constantly giving back. And we were just paying attention to one of the commercials that was being run before we came back on the air, which if you were watching, you saw it. All those awesome, fine commercials are put together by the people that work here.
Exactly.
And you don't have to come into the studio. If you call, they'll come out to your place of business, as you saw from the one commercial, and they'll work with you to put something together. It's of high quality, great piece. John is a professional to the umpteenth, and all the people that work with him are the same way. So again, thank you back to Tampa Bay Multimedia for all they do, to Barbara for all they do. And so I don't forget, I'd like to thank back to the office, to Kim Liberty, who's the front office coordinator, to Monique Malin, our newest member, who's the administrative assistant that helps me a lot with membership, and then to our president, Mr. Chip Wickmanowski, and to the girl right now that's running around like crazy because of all the events coming up, but that's Liz Meismer, who's our event coordinator. And two of the other events coming up next week already is the YPG Young Professionals Chasco bowling tournament on Tuesday night, the 28th.
I love that group.
Oh, and that, if you've not been to that, you know, just come out. I don't even think we charge to come out and just watch. It is absolutely such a fun evening. And guys, it's only, I think there's a few teams left. There's only $160 for a team of 4 people to come out, bowl, get a pizza, and just enjoy your evening. And that, all the money raised for that goes back to the programs that the young professionals support in our community. One of which is also a scholarship for one of them to go to Leadership Pasco. How nice is that?
I know.
To send one of their own members to Leadership Pasco. The other event coming up next week is on Friday, the 31st. A week from this Friday is the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce golf tournament through Chasco Golf Tournament. And that's always a blast. And even if you're not golfing, I don't golf, so I'll be hanging around. Come on out and talk to me if you're around in the afternoon. We'll be at Seven Springs Country Club. And I think, believe it or not, I think there might, don't hold me to this, but I think there might only be one team left.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think they have pretty much sold that out. Guys, it is an awesome community. We've got a lot of awesome things coming up. Look down the road. We have the business card bingo coming up for the ambassadors. That takes place at Elks. And that's going to go goes back to All Children's Hospital Guild. We just had the Cowboy Ball, which a couple weeks ago, we got to see that beautiful ambulance that they're talking about.
You were saying that.
Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. And then we also have, oh, that's right, I was teasing Helen since she hadn't seen it yet, Elena. But we also, yesterday, is today Tuesday? Yeah, yesterday we had the redo of our BW kickoff luncheon with Dr. Stephen Lundeen, who wrote the book, The Fish Book. And if you ever get a chance to go to YouTube, pull up the video of the Seattle Seafood Fish Market. And what they do for customer service is absolutely a blast. And their whole philosophy is like our philosophy here. Just have fun.
I know.
Just have fun.
Have fun.
Because people don't realize whether they're hosting a TV show, doing membership for a chamber, selling furniture, doing graphics, selling advertising, doing video. The bottom line, we're all selling the same thing, and that's customer service.
Exactly. And you know, Eric from Mullins Music,
yes.
That was one of the first things out of his mouth. Is he's just having fun. And we do. Sometimes we forget to have fun.
Yep. Sometimes we spend so much time making a living, we forget to enjoy our life.
I know. And chasing the dream and all that.
Yeah.
The dream is right here.
Yep.
We have that every time we get together and feature everybody in the show. And I want to thank you for being such a great co-host. And
well, thank you for letting me do this with you and not getting tired of me. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Not yet. Not yet. But I want to thank you for joining us to see what's happening in your community. And I'll tell you, you never know what you're going to see here on My Chamber TV. Let's see. Next time I see you is going to be next month.
The first Wednesday of next month. Yes,
First Wednesday of next month. So you'll want to tune in for My Chamber TV and West Pasco. We'll have some more great things coming up.
We will.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, young lady.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Okay. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.